Syracuse down 2-0 to Mercyhurst as we are just seconds away from beginning this third period. Alongside Gino Antamarino, I'm Nico Horning. And Gino, I know you kind of brought it up a bit before this period during that report, but Syracuse has got to get some shots going. They are down 32-13 in the shots on goal area, and that's going to be the name of the game here in the third.
Yeah, I mean, this is, back-to-back periods where they didn't get, a good amount of shots on goal, and it's going to be tough to beat a Mercyhurst team if you don't have a crazy amount of shots and a crazy amount of chances to put pucks in the back of the net.
Well, Syracuse trailed 2-0 in the third period yesterday. Nea Tervanen had the lone goal in the third for Syracuse. And that cut it to a 1-goal deficit. Ali Kelly came out of the net. Syracuse had a couple of minutes of 6-on-5, but Mercyhurst held on. So we'll see what's in store for us here in the third. But, Syracuse was in the same situation yesterday, so it's not like they haven't been there. But, for you, Gino, what's going to be most important? Obviously getting the shots on net, but how does that happen? What leads to that for Syracuse here in the third period?
Yeah, it's as simply put as an icing's called against Syracuse. I guess, one thing that they need to kind of cut down on is defensive zone time, right? And it doesn't help with the icing. Now you got to win this face-off and get it out. But you gotta spend as much time as you can in the offensive zone, get as many chances as you can, be as active as possible. As a nice shot from Johansson off the face-off. And it's just being aggressive, Nico. Not trying to settle for the highest quality of a shot, but just putting an exuberant amount of shots on goal and then just crashing for a rebound. That's what Mercyhurst does really well.
I was going to say, that's exactly what we've seen Mercyhurst do today, with 17 shots on the net in the first period, and Syracuse just trying to maybe not match that exactly, but get that volume up. We saw that yesterday in the second period as well for Mercyhurst, where they just put a flurry. And speaking of flurry, Sorella puts that one in, and that's the response that Syracuse needed. Brent Sorella finally gets going here in the series.
Big goal for Sorella, and an excellent pass from Armstrong, as you can see right there. Number 26 in white, the turnover, the pass in front. Excellent play from both of those players. For Armstrong to turn it over and to have that quick look up ice to see who's in the vicinity to get that pass off, and for also Sorella to read that turnover and to immediately crash the net, give Armstrong a passing lane. And it's about time that Armstrong has cashed in, one of the best goal scorers on this team, maybe on both teams, because she can really find the back of the net. She struggled a little bit in both these games, but has really scored in a valuable time. So a lot of time left to tie this game up. And so Syracuse, what a way to start this third period.
Brent Sorella's 12th goal of the season. That leads the team. And that's now 9 goals in her last 9 games for Brent Sorella. She has been lethal this season for Syracuse. 4th in the conference at goal scoring. And the leader has got her team going here in the third period so far. And is now a 2-1 game. We mentioned it a few minutes ago. Tervanen had the goal last night in the third to cut it to 2-1. Now it's Sorella. Where does Syracuse go from here? Remember, Gino, yesterday Syracuse didn't score that goal until with just 4 to 5 minutes to go in the third. Now they have basically the entire period to try and tie this thing up.
Absolutely, and it relaxes you a little bit, but again, you don't want to get too caught up because this remaining 18-11 goes by quick.
Chantel, or rather Charlene, put that on net. That was saved by Kelly. There is Chantel Chequois.
Charlene has had a really good game today for Mercyhurst.
Here's Charlene again. Moves it down low. And the pass got deflected. Now it's in the stick of Heidi Knoll. Sends it up the ice. Here's Charlotte Hallett. Caught for a penalty earlier. Goes to pick up the pass. Finally, Syracuse spending some time in their offensive zone. It's been a struggle today as Kettle sends it behind to Sorella. Brent Sorella just scored the lone goal in this game for Syracuse. Here's Sorella.
You know, another thing that Syracuse needs to do better is support each other with, you know, when a teammate has the puck. If you notice, Mercyhurst does a really good job of having that puck support in the offensive end. So that way, if, you know, one of the players turns it over, one of the teammates is right there to pick up that loose change and keep the pressure going. Syracuse kind of leaves their players on an island, and so if that puck turns over, it's an easy clear for Mercyhurst going the other way.
Tatum White shoots. That's off the arm of Luggett. And by puck support, you mean kind of moving towards the player that does have the puck in case it kind of feeds out?
Absolutely. Right. Maybe putting another, you know, if a teammate has the puck in the corner, maybe you stick a winger kind of in that area along the goal line or, you know, up on the hashes. That way, if that puck turns over, like we were just talking about, you're right there to kind of keep that pressure going.
Well, Bryn Sorella supported her team here in this third period so far with the goal. Syracuse came into this final frame down 2-0. Sorella has now made it a one-goal game. Sammy Gendron controls for the Orange. She sends it in. That's deflected and blocked in front by Sydney Peterson. One of the leading blockers for Mercyhurst, someone that is so versatile with this Mercyhurst team. Tore her ACL, unfortunately, here in this building last year. And now some offense the other way for Mercyhurst. They send it in, blocked by Kelly. Peterson was back in her first game here at Tennessee yesterday. And now she's back, obviously, for her second game. Syracuse gets the clear. Collision. The Orange try and go up ahead. Slithers right by Heidi Knoll. Allen using her physicality in that big frame to fend off a couple of Mercyhurst players. But Wiegand couldn't keep it in the zone, and that goes off the mask of McLeod for Syracuse, and a whistle's blown.
As you can see, McLeod laughing that off as he took that off the cage. And that's why you wear cages. You know, when you get to the professional level, you know, you can wear the visors, but you know, at this level, I think, you know, it's good to have the cages on, protect the face, and yeah, face-off just outside of Mercyhurst's end.
Speaking of face-offs, Mercyhurst has the advantage in that department, 25-15. It's really allowed them to kind of gain some offensive momentum out of those face-offs so far in this contest. Here's Upson, sending it in. That's off the skate of Chung. Putback couldn't go from Shaqua. And now Syracuse handles as they get it up the ice to Bryn Sorella. Sorella trying to whack it away from McKay, and she indeed does pick it up. Gets it up ahead to Jackson Kinsler, and now Sorella goes off the ice. Well, that's one thing that we've seen Sorella do really well, is have that stick in the D zone and force some offense for Syracuse. Unfortunately, she got called for a couple of penalties doing that yesterday, but a great effort there.
Yeah, active stick can sometimes burn you, but you know, not on that last play. She took the body, got the puck, and then had a beautiful backhand sauce across the ice to Kinsler. And you know, that's a great way to end the shift. Get that puck in deep and make a change.
6 minutes into this third period, Bryn Sorella has picked up her 12th goal of the season. The graduate student from Denver came here after 4 seasons at Holy Cross and has been an offensive weapon, and really one of the main reasons why Syracuse has just been a better offensive team overall this season compared to last year. Now it's the Lakers offensively getting back in some rhythm. Parks had the attempt, covered up by Allie Kelly.
And I want to look at this replay because look at this, is the puck support I mean. As you can see, Parks kind of following suit in that corner because it was a little bit of a pass, but also a little bit of a turnover. But because she was right there for the support, got that shot in tight against Allie Kelly. And Mercyhurst does a really good job of following suit and creating chances that way in the offensive end.
Well, Kelly's been a bit quiet here in the third period, which is a great problem for Syracuse because she's been getting harassed all game with 35 shots on net for Mercyhurst. The Lakers have just 2 here 7 minutes into the third period. Both teams going back and forth. Syracuse trying to set up some offense again. But got caught up in Peterson's stomach. And now Mercyhurst looks to control again. Here's Sorella. See if she can get another stick. Boy, she's just really in the right spot at the right time in a lot of these, forechecks, Gino.
Yeah, and she's getting a lot of minutes in this third period. Coach Smith really leaning on her to ride that hot hand after scoring earlier in this period to try and get another one and even up this game.
Peterson dragging, passing, shot by Upson, couldn't go. There's Shaquan. Getting tussled into the board by Jessica Chung, the freshman defenseman here for Syracuse. In the orange control for the moment. Sorella tries to flip it out, but Charlene keeps it in. Now some help from Peyton Armstrong, and the puck is flipped into the air onto the opposite side of the net and cleared.
Other great examples of the puck support that this Mercyhurst team has. They do such a good job of knowing where each other is at on the ice, and that's so crucial for good chemistry and not committing turnovers, because if you know where your teammate is without really having to look up and double check, that's obviously huge. And so that just speaks on the chemistry that this Lakers squad has.
Great chemistry has led them to a massive volume of shots here in this game, but only 3 here in the third period. Syracuse doing a great job defensively, which has led to some offense so far. A goal by Bryn Sorella. Here's Johansson. Shoots it wide. Well, we talked earlier about the leading goal scorers getting involved. Sorella's done that. Johansson, leading goal scorer for Mercyhurst, has been quiet. And credit to Syracuse's defense, they have stopped her really the majority of the series. So Syracuse finally in the offensive zone. That one's flipped up out of play. 10.5 to go here in the third. Syracuse down 2-1.
Yeah, very similar to how it was in yesterday's game, Nico. And 2-1, Syracuse trying to crawl back in this third period. Obviously gave them a little bit more of a cushion than yesterday, where they scored that first goal with a big hit from Leitner there. Sorry, I get distracted pretty easily, Nico, with what's going on out there. But yeah, I mean, it's good job for Syracuse to give them that much of a cushion as that puck goes out of play and give them more time to try and crawl back in this game.
Both teams stand at 5-4 in conference play. Syracuse technically in second, Mercyhurst in third. One of those teams looking to prevail here in this third period and take lone control of that second place spot. Penn State, an undefeated 9-0. Has the top spot.
Nittany Lions have always just been such a powerhouse on the men's and women's side in the hockey department. Look out here.
Turnover, Upson shoots off the glove of Kelly. Boy, Upson would like to have that one back. Syracuse took Penn State to overtime earlier this season. They've played a lot of these ranked teams extremely tough. Maybe not on the win column, but a lot of positives to take away from them. A lot closer of games than we had last year, and an icing is called. So Bryn Sorella had the lone goal for Syracuse earlier on in this third period. Alex?
Thank you so much, Nico. Yeah, Bryn has just done such an amazing job for this team on both sides of the puck, on defense and offense. And she is just a player that the team looks to in all situations, whether it's even numbers, power play, PK. She's super aggressive and a skilled player overall. And Coach keeps saying how she's just one of the hardest workers on the team. We saw it yesterday too. She was constantly diving, putting her whole body onto the ice just to stop the puck. And she's been really strong today, especially with having an active stick and in the forecheck.
Great physicality from Sorella so far in this series. There's another shot in net there. Rebound, score! Stella Costabile ties it up for Syracuse.
And this was all caused because of Jackson Kinsler. A beautiful zone entry. She gets her wheels turning up ice, takes it herself, crosses the blue line, gives a pass over across to her line mate Tervanen, puts a beautiful shot on, and that's what I was talking about, Nico, crashing for a rebound. And that's exactly what Costabile did, went straight for the net. First goal this season for Costabile, her first goal in a Syracuse uniform as well. The freshman tying things up late in this third period.
Wow. Costabile from Waterbury down near Bristol, Connecticut. And she has got it done for Syracuse. Comeback Cuse. It's 2-2 after Syracuse was down 2-0 to start this third period. All to try and set them up for a schedule going the rest of the way. And Syracuse has a tough contest on Tuesday playing Cornell, and then they'll play Penn State next Friday and Saturday. So they've looked good in this third period so far, Gino, but this is the type of team that you want to see heading into some tough competition ahead.